Well, good afternoon, happy stampers. This is Judi Anderson from judistamps.com, and I'd like to welcome you to my happy stamping studio. A couple technical difficulties before I came on today. I thought I had solved them all, and StreamYard was telling me that they could not connect to Facebook. Once a year, you have to update everything, and I had done all that, but for some reason it didn't take. So I just want to make sure that I am on live. Okay, it looks like I am. Okay, so welcome to my live viewers and those watching on replay. If you're watching on Facebook, please give StreamYard permission to post your comments. And if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. Make sure you subscribe so you're notified every time I come on live. It's quite interesting. The last couple of weeks, I've had people tell me, I thought I was subscribed to your YouTube channel, but it ends up I wasn't. And so we've got some new subscribers. So welcome to all of you. And please give me the hearts, thumbs up if you're liking what I'm bringing you. And comment on both Facebook and YouTube. I comment on all your comments to me. And if there's anything you want me to bring you in the future, comment on that also, because you know what? This is your creative destination. So today I am going to bring you another faux step card. I have brought a couple to you previously, but this is a different fold. I actually received a swap card, and the gal, let me see if the name is on it. It is. It's from Amy Rich, and I had not seen this one before, so I was excited, and it was like, oh my gosh, something else new I can bring to you guys. So I am going to be doing the scoring for this, so make sure you grab your pencils and a piece of paper so you can write it all down, and I will have a blog post up soon with all the measurements and all the views, and that is over at judistamps.com. So what do you say? Let's get started, everybody. I'll flip you around and turn you a little bit. There we go. I actually have, as you can tell, I've got a lot of stuff on my studio table here today. I thought I cleared it off so you wouldn't see the mess, but I am preparing for the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, which is this weekend in Schaumburg, Illinois. And if you come, make sure you stop by my booth and say hello. I will have a lot of retired products for sale. We're going to have some make and takes. We're going to do, actually, this faux card that we're doing today is one of my make and takes. And then I have a couple more. I have a wiper card and then just a basic card also. And we're going to be rotating those throughout the weekend, and it is Friday and Saturday. Now, stick to the end because I have some news for everybody. Today, I've got some exciting news. I'm really, really excited about this. It's something new coming your way. Well, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll tell you at the end because I don't want to give too much away. Okay, I am going to be using the Best Butterflies stamp set today. This is a stamp set that I've recently gotten. It has been on my list to get, and I finally got it and the Build a Butterfly dies. The stamp set is a set of 16 stamps, you guys, and they are photopolymer, and they coordinate with the dies, and I haven't even opened them yet. So let's open this up. And when I get my dies, this is really tight in here. Why isn't it? There we go. I take everything out. I flip the front towards the back because that's where you close it. So I put that to the back so I can read what die set it is. And then I take the dies and I put them towards the front. This way, when I put these in and out and I close the dies, I don't get caught on the dies. And then what I do is I just push this back up and I push this back down. That way it protects my sleeve. You don't have to leave that outside sleeve on if you don't want. I do, but that's just a preference. So both these products are found in the annual catalog. Then I'm switching something up a little bit today. Partly because I do have something new coming your way, and it includes the colors that I'm using today. Okay, it includes Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, and it's actually colors, but they're really close. And since I had this designer series paper, I'm using Sweet Sorbet. It includes Crushed Curry and Coastal Cabana. Okay, so this is a hint to my announcement for today. So it includes these 4 colors, and these are 4 of 6 colors. Okay, so that's a little hint. So the colors I'm using today are Sweet Sorbet, Crushed Curry, and Parakeet Party. I am not using the Coastal Cabana because it's already packed up for this weekend. So we're going to start out with our card base. And we're starting with a 5.5 by 8.5 inch card base. We're going to turn it and we're going to take our arm out. Now don't forget, our paper trimmer has got this arm. You can measure to 17 inches on this, which is awesome. So I'm going to take this and we're going to take it so that the 8.5 inch edge is along the top of our trimmer. We're going to put that in to 3 inches. And then we're going to take the light colored blade, that's our scoring blade, and we're going to score it at 3 inches. You're going to want to mark down on your piece of paper with your pencil 6 inches. Okay. And then 7.25 inches all the way to there. And then we're going to have a 1.25 inch piece left. Then we have a piece that measures, I believe, 3 by 8.5, and I'm going to score it at 4.25. Let me score that. Oops. 4.25. Get that scored. We have that. Now, I'm going to want a piece of basic white that fits. I'm going to show you this. How this is going to go. We're going to fold the first piece, and I've got the mountain in the middle. Fold the first piece down, and then we're going to fold this one up. And we're going to use our bone folder in a minute. I just want to explain something to you. And then this one down, and that is going to form our base. So what I like about this faux step card is that it opens up and your writing is on the inside and not the back. This piece measures 2 3/4 by 5.25, and that is where we're going to be able to write. Now I want a piece for back here, and I am actually going to use the Sweet Sorbet floral. I imagined flowers being in the background. So once again, this is a 6 by 6 paper, and I need another piece that measures 2 3/4 by 5.25. So I'm going to cut off the 2 3/4 first. And I pay attention to the back because I always like stripes going kind of against the grain. So like if I was going to put this on a card, sometimes I have it going across, but I usually like it going up and down. So when I cut my 2 3/4 off of here, I want to make sure that it's across the grain of those stripes. So I'm going to cut it at 2 3/4. Use our dark blade, and we're going to turn it and cut it at 5.25. Okay, so that's that piece. Then down here, I'm imagining that this is the grass. So I am using the Parakeet Party, and I am using the stripes here. Now this is 1¼ inches, so I want a 1-inch piece. I'm going to turn it this way because I want it to look like blades of grass. So I'm going to cut it at 1 inch by 5¼ Okay, so it's a 1/4 inch small in both directions. Okay, so we have a 2 3/4 by 5¼ piece of basic white, the same of any designer series paper you want, and then a 1 by 5¼ Okay, and then we have this piece here, which we scored at 4¼ and it's by 3, so I need a 4 by 2 3/4 piece of basic white, and that's what I have right here. So that's your pieces of cardstock. So I couldn't decide if I wanted to use the dies or not today. I may use the die. I have not quite decided yet. So we're going to take this and we're going to start stamping on this piece that goes on the front. So we're going to choose some butterflies. And these are 2-step butterflies. You can do them all one color. You can do them 2 colors. So I want to put on some butterflies, and we have some butterfly centers here, which we are going to use Memento for. I could do them different colors, but I do want to use Memento for that. So I'm just going to put this on, and I want a large butterfly, or let's do our verse first. So let me wipe this off. Let's do our verse. And my verse, I'm going to put sending good vibes. Oh, who doesn't like to send good vibes? Hoping it fits. Okay, it's not going to quite fit, so we're going to have to put that on a separate piece. Or I could do sending and then good vibes. So that's what I'm going to do because I can do something else. So this does not all fit onto the piece that I want to stamp it on. So I'm just lining this up on my graph paper here. So it's straight across, just eyeballing it and making sure that it is on this line. I'm going to take this and line it up with another line. Okay, so I want to do the good vibes first. So I am just going to ink up that part of the stamp. Okay, being very careful. Now you want to eyeball it. If there's any ink here, you could wipe it off. So I'm going to do the good vibes on the bottom right here. It's nothing like sending good vibes to somebody, right? And then I'm going to clean it really good and dry it off. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the sending. I'm just going to end up inking up the sending. Now you could also do this with Stampin' Write markers. However, I like to do it with an ink pad whenever possible because I just get better inking. And I am going to put the sending right up here. There we go. Okay, looks good, right? Okay, cleaning off my stamp, and let's put it back in here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a couple butterflies. Let's do, well, we can fit this guy. I'm thinking I'm going to do one that's, I'm going to do 2 smaller ones, I think. I'm going to do one here, and I'll do one down here. And they don't have to be completely on here. I'm trying to think here. I am going to use a die. So this one up on top is going to be stamped directly on the paper. So that one I want to do in Parakeet Party. Okay, so we're just going to take it and I'm going to ink up my stamp and I'm going to put this butterfly right here. Okay, and press. Okay, now I want to put the body on here next. So I can put since the body is going to be memento, we can go ahead and put this together. And I'm going to line this up so that it is almost touching, not quite. And you're going to notice I'm using the same stamp. I can do it this way and then stamp it again this way. And I want just right gap in my butterfly. Okay, got that there. Now we're going to take our butterfly body and put it right up the center. I like that pop of black on my, when I do colors. Ooh, I might want to do this one twice. Yes. I could tell the way it was taking the ink. These are new stamps. I could take it on my paper and just rub it like this to, now it's more solid. And what that does is that just conditions your stamp a little bit, gets any oils that are on there from the processing. Okay, so we've got that butterfly there. We're not going to use this one, I don't think. Okay, so I want to take a look at my dies, and I am going to use the outline die. I'm going to use just the outline of this one, or we could even use this one and just make it out of cardstock. But I do want to do stamping, so we're going to use this, and then we're going to use the body. And we need another scrap piece of basic white. I'm just going to go in my scrap bin real quick. Oops. And see. Okay, I'm just going to take this square out. Now, I want to make this one two-tone. Okay, and how I am going to do that is I'm going to use my crushed curry and my sweet sorbet. And my sweet sorbet, I'm going to move this memento out of the way. I want to use the dotted butterfly, or the, what is this? It's not butter, it's kind of like triangles. So we're going to end up cutting two of these, but I want to cut this out so that it's one piece. So this is a trick. I am going to put this right here. Okay. Actually, it's not going to be able to be one piece. And then we're going to take this one. Well, I could do it one piece. So let me put this here. So I'm just lining up where the V is, so I can possibly do this in one piece. Okay, so now I need to do the body again. So I'm going to ink that up and just put it right here. It doesn't matter where, because I'm going to be cutting it. I have a feeling I'm going to cut this in two pieces, because I'm going to put the body, well, maybe not, if I put the body on top. Okay, so this is a little trick. Let me move all this out of the way so I can get my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine out. Now, this stamp set is made to use with the mini machine, but I have it packed already. So we are going to put this in this way. So I want to line this up. Now, when I run this through my machine, I am not going to run it so that it cuts all the way to here. Okay, I'm going to stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my plate in, and instead of putting it this way, I'm going to run it all the way through the machine until about the position I want to stop cutting. Okay, and I may have to use my paper snips just a little bit. So I'm going to wheel this in just like that, and wheel it back out, in and out. And what that's going to do, I'm just going to leave that in there. It's kind of like I've taught you guys how to do a partial circle. So it has not cut this section. So I'm going to turn this around, And I'm going to line it up here, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I am going to put this die on the body and antennae right there. Put this up, run it to where I want to stop it cutting, and run it through, keeping my eye, not quite running it all the way through and stopping. I would rather be short than long when I do this, okay? So we're going to do some more stamping. So see how it's still connected in the center? And it kind of pops up. So I could have done that if my piece was a little bit wider, but we're going to extend over the side of that. And I even have my take your pick tool packed away already. Oh my gosh. Okay, so before I take this apart, I want to take my stamp, and I am going to clean it. Now, I want to color the back of my butterfly wings with the crushed curry. So I'm going to take this stamp, and I'm putting this part that stamps the design against my block, and then I have a solid surface there. I'm going to take my crushed curry, and let me see how dark that stamps. Yes, I'm going to stamp off or do second generation. I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to go right over the top of that. Okay, and what that's going to do is see how that is now a yellow background. Oh my gosh, did you guys know you could do that? It's a little, that's what the third tip so far. So we have that. Our butterfly is colored. Clean my stamp in the background there. Okay, so I'm going to close this up because I want to start assembling this. There we go. Okay, I'm going to get my paper snips, and I'm going to go in, and it didn't quite cut way down there, so I can bring those 2 points together just like that, and see how it stays together because I did not cut the center part out. So it's better once again to go short because you can always use your paper snips just like that. Okay, so then I'm going to take, and we're covering up that center. We wouldn't have to. We could do it this way if we wanted. And you know what? We could do that and put some rhinestones in the center there, or we could put it on top. I kind of think I'm going to do this one on the back and do some rhinestones up there. So we're just going to take our mini glue dots. I'm going to bend these up just a little bit. Now they're not going to stay bent because believe me, 2 of these on here. Okay. Then, oh, my silicone mats are even packed. So thank you guys for allowing me to come on just a little bit later today. Our neighbor is having some construction done, and they have been really noisy yesterday and today. I asked them today when they'd be done, and they said, oh, we'll be done by 4. And I kind of jokingly said to them, oh, I'm holding you to it. Okay, I'm taking our glossy dots assortments. Now, I could use any of the 3 colors that are on here. But I want to bring out some of that Coastal Cabana. So I am going to use these blue. And I don't even know what colors, remember what colors these are. Shameful for me. I should have double checked it. Okay, and I'm going to put these right down the center because these are going to resemble or bring out that Coastal Cabana. So I just want to put these, a lot of times we put these in place of the body, but I want to put these on here for the design. Okay, so we have those. So let's bring our piece back in here that we stamped. And we've got that right here. Oh, this butterfly kind of looks a little homely now, but oh dear. Let's stamp the back. I don't like that now that I see it. We're going to stamp the body first. Oops. Oh, that was quite interesting. My label from my stamp pad stuck to my stamps. Now it's sticking to my fingers. So let's get that body on there. We're going to re-stamp all that. I didn't like the way it came out. So let's stamp this right here. Once again, the wings don't all have to be all the way on. It's okay if they're off a little bit. And I did this in the parakeet party. See, even demonstrators that have been doing this a long time. I'm going to move this up just a tidbit and go right along the edge there and press down evenly. Okay. And I want to make sure this is on there. Go up and match the wings at the top and then press down. That one looks so much better, doesn't it? Okay. Let's get our verse. And you wanted to see how to do that again, right? I knew it. Once again, we're omitting. So we're going to do the good vibes first. Ink it up, not doing the sending. Ooh, the vibes didn't take. Okay, good vibes. And then we're going to do the sending. Make sure it's good and dry. Okay, and then the sending right above the good. There we go. Quick and easy. That's not difficult to do. Before we put on our other butterfly, I'm going to go ahead and secure this onto my base. I'm using my Stampin' Scale. There we go. And I just noticed that that edge is up just a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and go along those edges there. Okay, and now we can place this one and we can kind of put it, and it can overlap a little bit, it's fine, but I want to put this one on with Stampin' Dimensionals. I want it above the other one. So let's put, remember you need at least 2 dimensionals on there. Otherwise, if you just put one in the center, it can wiggle back and forth, and it's not going to necessarily stay where you place it. So let's put this one right here. Okay, now we're going to start putting our base together. Let me close up my other ink pad, and I haven't even used the Sweet Sorbet yet. And I may not. Well, I used it on the butterfly, but I may not use it for anything else. So we have our Sweet Sorbet, and like I said, our card is going to fold up like this. So I want my Sweet Sorbet in this section here. So I am going to go ahead and secure that onto my card base. How many of you have gardens at home and have butterflies? Tell you, I've had more butterflies this year than I have had in quite a few years, and we have quite a few hummingbirds as well this year. We have counted 5 at one time so far. And from what now I'm going to skip this metal section and put this one on here. Now, if you wanted to brighten this up a little bit, we could have done these on a white mat, but I like the way that looks. Now we're going to put the inside in. And let's see what other verse we can put on there. sending good vibes. You're my bestie. I have lots of besties. How about you? Everybody's my bestie. I don't want anybody to feel bad. So what I'm doing is I'm lining this up on paper so it's straight across, taking my block, lining it up so that it's straight. And it would help if I did it the right way. I did it so that it was flat and not the word. So we'll do that and line this up right here. And once again, we're going to use Memento to stamp that. And we may just stamp a little design around this. We don't have to put butterflies. Okay, I'm going to condition this one. Just going to rub it on my graph paper just like this a little bit. And that takes those oils off. And I get a more solid image. There we go. You're my bestie. Right in the middle there. And let's see, I've got some little dots. I think I'm going to use these dots. They're supposed to be on butterfly wings, but we don't have to use them the way they're intended. And I am going to take and use, I think, the sweet sorbet on the inside. I may use 2 different colors. Let's put that there. Let's put some down here. Take my Stampin' Chamois, clean that off. As usual, it goes and stains up the stamp because it's a red. And I am going to go ahead and use the crushed curry, stamping it off so it's lighter. And I'm going to do this the reverse. So my dots are not going to stamp, hopefully, in the same location. They're going to mix. Same thing here. I'm going to just kind of turn it just like that. And then we have just a little design for the inside of our card. Okay, so this is going to open up and this is going to be the inside of the card. So let's go ahead and attach this to the inside. There we go. I got that a little bit better. The right side up. Okay. Now we're going to take this and attach it here. You can attach it in either direction. And I think I'm going to put another butterfly here in the background. So I just keep adding to this card. So I know I want to keep my adhesive in the bottom inch of the front and the back. Okay, so attach this, figure out where I want it. I want it right to this side because we're going to make another butterfly for the other side. Okay, and then look, when this folds up, how cute is that? And then it'll open. So let's make another butterfly for here. This time, I think I'm just going to use one that will die cut it out. And let's use the crushed curry. So we're just going to use this crushed curry piece. Maybe, no, yeah. If I had used Daffodil Delight, we could take our blending brush and add some color to that. I could do that anyways, but I don't want that definite look. I'll take this here. So can anybody guess what my surprise announcement is? Oh, Katrina, you haven't, no, it's not it. But a good guess, Katrina. Katrina was saying that new colors, but we get our new colors in May with the new catalog. So this is what that one looks like. So let's add that one right back here. And I'm going to add, the dimensionals are a little bit too big for it, so I'm just going to add it with a glue dot. I could use glue, but I don't want it completely flat. So let's put this one right here. I could have colored the antennae, which I should have. So I've got a scrap piece of basic white here. Let's put that under the antennae, and we're going to go ahead and color that with our Stampin' Right marker. Coloring on the side using the brush, just like that. So we can color the cardstock. So, and I think I'm going to make a little circle for his head. Right there. And I think I'm going to leave it. Oh, I don't want to ruin this, but I'm going to bring this down and form a little bit of a body just because the other bodies are black. Very lightly doing that. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, so there we go. So turn y'all around. Put you down just a little bit. So my announcement is I am going to have a new blog. It'll still be judistamps.com, but it's going to have a totally different look. It's going to have more of a feel of me and my favorite colors. And the colors I use today are some of my favorite colors. So be on the lookout for that. So judistamps.com, and don't forget Judi is with an I. And I bring you projects there, and I very often post the projects I do here over there with a list of the products and measurements. So until we meet again, everybody, happy stamping!